All right, if you're new, welcome. If you've been here before, you guys know it's me, Remy. And I've been gone for a couple days. The entire Midwest, or at least my part of the Midwest, Michigan in particular, we've been out of power for the past 3 to 4 days. So I've been chilling with my mom. She had power, so we were over there, me and the family, trying to stay warm. And we made it through. As you can see, the power's obviously back on, right? So this video was supposed to drop a couple days ago. That was the holdup about that. So I figured I'd drop it now, and we can go over it. This is going to be basically 10 cards. I don't know. I don't really don't have a number top of my head. These are going to be cards that you must craft. Staple cards, if you want to call them. They're good in almost every deck. They're literally good in every deck. It doesn't matter what you play, these cards will benefit your deck in some way. Yeah, that's how we're going to do this video. It's going to be a follow-up to my last video. It was mainly just hand traps. This is going to be more focused on generic cards that obviously will help you. I'm repeating myself, but yeah, let's check out the list, shall we? All right. Number one needs no introduction. If you guys do not have this card crafted, stop the video, pause it right here. I'll wait. I'll wait. Pause the video right here. Go craft these cards. This card in particular will make your deck 1,000 times better. Will you pull it every game? No, but when you pull it, you'll be glad you did because it's going to stop your opponent from doing some kind of cheese shenanigans, some kind of master duel shenanigans that aren't granted. My last video basically um, is the reason why you run this card. In fact, now that I think about it, aside from Nibiru and Perm and Gamma, this card stops everything everything on that list. So if those cards are considered staples, you might want to consider looking at this card. What it does is basically it negates a monster in your opponent's graveyard. So if they're ashing you, the ash goes to the graveyard. You flip over the call by the grave. You negate the ash. You draw whatever you're gonna get from your play. You keep it rolling. I know you guys see some of my past videos or any video really about this game, and yeah, this card's in every replay. I'm pretty sure every replay someone's playing this card. It's a very popular deck, a very popular card, and it's a must. Download it. Jeez, craft this as soon as possible. I don't care if you guys got some shiny royal crap. You guys, I'm gonna hold into it because it's royal. If you don't have it, you need to get it right now. But moving on. I'm gonna spend too much time with this card. This card's awesome. Please craft it. Let's check out the next one. This card right here is the little slash big brother of Call by the Grave. Does the exact same thing, just that it only negates cards that if opponent plays a card, it's great against again mirror match. I guess you can call it. I'm rambling. I apologize. Let me slow down. It's good in the mirror match if you're playing a mirror match. It's really it's broken in the mirror matches. But for the most part, let's say your deck is fragile to Nibiru, your deck is fragile to whatever the case may be, and you pull this puppy right here, and you have Nibiru in your deck because in order cross out designate, meaning the card has to be in your deck for you to use it. So they play Nibiru, you're like, oh snap, I don't have any gates, I'm about to freaking die. You drop this puppy on the board, you scroll because you got to scroll in this game. You got to scroll over to your Nibiru and negate your Nibiru, which then negates their Nibiru, and then boom, completely shuts it down. Great card, essential in my opinion. When in the Wild Wild West days of Master Duel, this card was at 3, and people were literally crossing or cross out designators, and it was like okay, negate chain 1 ash, negate chain 2 call by, negate chain 3 cross out, negate chain 4 cross out. Just like what? Terrible card, but it's very powerful. It's at 1 for a reason. Get this card, people. Get this card, please. All right, let's check out the next one. It's one sentence, perfectly translated. Destroy all spells and traps your opponent control. Do I need to say more? Does it need any more introduction? It's the reason this card is at 1. It can literally splash in any deck. if you're in that elo, you're playing your elo or rank, I guess in this case, you're playing your rank, and you're just getting cooked by these back row decks. Aha, aha! I got something for you right here. Feather Duster will shut that down. I recommend you guys grab this card. Never disenchant it. I don't care if you never play it again. It's gonna be that one duel where you're like, I really could use a Feather Duster, and this card will come in handy. So please, please get this card, hold on to it tight, and don't let go. All right, let's move on. It's little brother, I guess you can call it. It's strong. Don't get me wrong. What the only thing different than this, it does the exact same thing as Feather Duster, but it's a Feather Duster. It's a Regecki in one. But the only issue is, I believe the monsters have to be in attack position to destroy them, and then obviously any spell or trap, face up or face down, gets destroyed. But the asterisk for this card is, um, you can't have any cards faced up. So this is a great going second card. You can actually get three of these. I think I had three myself back in the day when I didn't have anything. I really kind of got these staple cards first before I even got my hand traps, because I was like, I started the game playing Dragon Maid. No, was it Dragon Maid? No, it was like Elemental Saber or something like that. And that deck was freaking trash. I mean, I got platinum with it, but that's a different era. Staple, staple. Get this card. I don't even play this card anymore, honestly, for the most part. But when there's an event, I throw it in there. But on the grind, especially these events they give us too. Come on now, get this card. Get this card, please. You can run it at 3 as well. Perfect. And I mentioned Regecki, the last card. So let's talk about Regecki. It was recently increased to 2, so which is awesome. Mind you, it's hit or miss with this card. If they have negates, obviously this card does literally nothing. Um, but again, that works for every other card, so it doesn't really matter. But if you can catch decks off guard with this. If you manage to stop their combo and they got 4 or 5 monsters or 1, 2, 3 monsters on the field, boom, one Regecki, and then you're shutting them up. It'll always be good. It'll always be good and it'll always be bad in the same sentence. If you get what I'm saying. If you can kind of bait out some other negates and then drop the homie out, it's a solid. So I'd recommend picking this card. Do you have to get 2 per se? No, but 1 wouldn't hurt. One, you can't go wrong with 1. Um, yeah, destroy all your opponent's monsters. Faced up, face down, with their mama, with their daddy. Eating lunch. They getting zapped with this card. So definitely grab it. So let's check out the next one. Again, Foolish Barrel, great card, really simple text. A lot of these Yu-Gi-Oh back in the day was simple, just one little text, and it became broken because it was just so simple. Send one monster from your deck to the graveyard. Now you may think, why would I want to send one of my cards to the graveyard if you're a new player? Well, if you run decks like Dragon Link or you run decks like Despia or the Adventure Engine, there's cards who have graveyard effects that will basically help you extend. So if you got your hand, you look at your hand, you're like, okay, this is dead. I got nothing here. All I got is a Foolish Burial. Play that Foolish Burial. You can get that one graveyard extender going for Dragon Link. It'll be Absol. But for other decks, I mean, there's millions. Many decks have graveyard effects. Especially when we get the bestial stuff too. This card, whew, this card's gonna be a menace for sure. But yeah, it's great card, great extender, great starter. You may not use it every deck, but if you can afford to go for it, I would recommend you guys go for this card as well. You won't be disappointed. And again, never disenchant this. It'll come up. It'll come up when you least expect it. Trust me. All right, let's check out the next one. Terraforming kind of falls in the same pattern as same rule as the last card on the list. It gets stuff done. If you need that field spell extender, if you need that if your deck is mainly dependent on a field spell, and with tier coming up, guys, in the next month or 2 months, I mean, come on now. I mean, obviously they can search it as well, but come on, you need this card. It's gonna be very powerful in the future, and it's even some decks is powerful now. So if your deck is revolving around a field spell, this is the homie. Let's see what else we got. The last card on the list. Target one monster in the graveyard, special summon it. Again, straight and simple, straight to the point. Bada boom, bada bing, you know. So go ahead and grab it, and you will be on your way. My mic cut out for whatever reason, but anywho, where was I at? Yeah, target one monster in the graveyard, special summon either one. Bada boom, bada bing. It's a great extender. It's a great if they got a monster you really want on their graveyard. If it was special summoned properly, that is, that's the one rule with this card. If it's special summoned properly, you can bring it back. And boom, there you go. Monster Reborn is a must. Now let's look at some monsters that you may not use every game, but they are staples. They will help your strategy. And yeah, let's take a look at it. I'm gonna put the first one is gonna be Zeus. Basically, he's a Regecki. He's a monster with Regecki. You stack up a bunch of Xyz materials on it, and you hope your opponent doesn't have anything to stop you, and you just stop anything they're doing. You will lose games to this card. Trust me. I only use this card during events. I don't really play a lot of Xyz strategies, but decks who run it, they put in work. So I recommend you guys definitely pick the homie up. Can't go wrong with the Gundam. You know what I mean? And let's look at the last one. The last card is like a two-parter. Um, you might think, why would I need Unicorn? Well, obviously it's a bounce, right? If you guys don't know, it's a bounce. You got to discard to bounce. If it's linked, if the arrow points to another link monster, you draw a card. But the reason why this card is very powerful, because just similar to Zeus, where it's kind of like stop your opponent from playing, this card unlocks the homie access code. Now, obviously, there's different ways to get to access code, but him in particular is a very, very, very powerful card. It's a generic Link 4, and you can't go wrong with it. You literally can't go wrong with it. It all its effects cannot be negated, unless it is negated, obviously. But yeah, it's a 5,300 beater at best. I mean, obviously you can get it higher. It's a 5,300 beater at best. That it deletes boards, and there's nothing they can do about it. It's just like, okay, I'm gonna get rid of this. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm gonna get rid of this. You can see some of my previous videos with this card. It's a staple. If you get it, never disenchant it. I don't care what your strategy says. Even if you're playing Sprite right now, you can use Unicorn, or you can use IP, going to Unicorn, going to access code, and then your turn, and it's game. So again, solid card. And that pretty much wraps up the list. These are cards that are a must in your strategy. The spell cards are obviously the ones that are more broken, that can be splashed into any strategy. But the monsters, um, they're self-explanatory. They get the job done. Yeah. Without further ado, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Take it easy. Peace.